wanted to be a physician. Well, you can be a physician and be an officer, and you pay back your military obligation by working in a hospital, okay, or working in a
in the field where
yeah.
there's fighting. So he may have not wanted any part of it.
Well, whatever. That's immaterial.
Military life is not for everybody, no matter what position it is. It's just not everybody's into military life. And the other thing they were saying is they were questioning how that he was actually. What they're actually questioning is how tough he actually really was. They don't think he actually stabbed anybody because they couldn't find anybody to collaborate his story that he actually stabbed somebody. And I don't know if you heard his news conference today. He goes, the only people who collaborate the stabbing is the one that got stabbed.
Well, and his mother and his brother, he said. His mother and his brother and the person that got stabbed.
And he said, you're going around Detroit and asking people if they remember, Carson from 50 years ago that he stabbed somebody. Very few people are going to remember.
Well, and because he also said, he turned it around and said to the media, do you remember who you spoke to 50 years ago?
Exactly. He says, if you guys sign an affidavit that you'll not bother me about this, I'll give you the name of who I stabbed.
I know, yeah, I saw that.
Who's willing to do it? And nobody was going to do it. I mean, he was firing back at him, and I really think the media was being...
Well, because the media, after a while, these questions become so ridiculous. I know it has to go. It goes to the veracity of the candidate, but by the same token, Hillary Clinton is not one of the most trusted politicians in Washington. I mean.
He was also asking why they didn't question anything that. He had quite a few things he was talking about.
Well, he was talking about Obama. He said when he was a student at Occidental College, which is in California, he said his college records were sealed. He said, how does one get from Occidental College to Columbia on a partial scholarship when your college records are sealed and nobody knows? So he says nobody questioned that, and he says nobody questioned, although they did question Obama's relationship to Reverend Wright, and
yeah, but nobody pushed it that much.
Oh, they pushed it plenty.
The Republicans did, not the Democrats.
Yeah, the Republicans.
Yeah, but
and the press brought it up. The press did bring it up, but you would expect the Republicans to push the issue,
But the press is mostly liberal. What he said, they were not really pushing that on.
Well, you see, that's, now you sound like
Republican.
The Republic, yeah, because basically journalists are supposed to be non-committal and supposed to ask questions that people want answers to, having nothing to do with embarrassing the candidate themselves, okay? But, hey, Anderson Cooper went after Hillary Clinton in that debate. His first question to her, he mentioned at least 3 or 4 different areas where she changed her opinion.
Yeah.
And he said, is it true then that you would say just about anything to get nominated?
Yeah. Well, first thing is, when CNN had the debates, except for the Kelly thing, really was pretty civilized.
No, that was Fox, Megyn Kelly.
I mean, Fox, that was civilized. When Cooper and CNBC did it, CNN upset did it, there was really no controversy, I don't think. And they're basically pretty much Clinton supporter.
Well, but the thing is, when they said, they did say, when they asked Trump a question, and of course he got his usual applause because he twisted it around. The journalist Dana, I forgot her last name, but she eventually came back and read from his blog the exact quote that he said. But by then it was sort of late, you know. I mean, he had already gotten the applause
And the zinger in
and the
there.
zinger in there, so nobody really cared one way or the other,
Yeah.
you know.
The whole thing is, like you know, I agree with one thing. Ask about topics. You know, I mean, if there's something really wrong with somebody, if they, I mean, they're murderers, if they're this, it's okay, go after them. But if they're just, you know, all kids do things that are stupid, you know, and make mistakes. That's part of growing up. And you know, why would you be questioning it if you know nobody's going to tell somebody that they stabbed somebody probably unless they did. It's nothing to be proud of. You
Well,
know.
look, like I said, I will say that he was a tough kid growing up in the ghetto of Detroit. Okay, I'm not surprised that he was, gang affiliate, but he did manage to turn his life around.
Well, he said
Uh, the
he
bottom,
found
he
the
found
baby.
religion. Yeah, everybody finds religion. You know, in prison they find religion. You know,
Well, maybe that's the only way to survive
you
sometimes.
know. But then he says, straight men go into prison and they come out gay. I mean, how do you make statements like this? You know, or that the pyramids were built to store grain. Come on, you know.
Well, I haven't read the whole thing again. The way they've been picking apart his sentences, I don't take anything right now for gospel anymore. I'm
Well,
just
nobody knows too much about Seventh day Adventists, so, they're very careful.
yeah.
But I mean, pyramids were built to store grain? Give me a break, you know?
Well, do you know he actually said it? Or what
He
was it?
did
What?
say it. They showed the quote on the news, Felix, from 1999.
Yeah.
He was giving a speech.
Hmm.
He was at some college, and he said it. I mean, come on.
I mean, he may. We hear the whole. You know, all I'm saying is people. I'm not saying, not denying that he said it, but what was the rest of the sentence? What was the rest of the thing? Just like the stuff with the born again, with the the bird, what do they call them? The right to live. What they did with those broadcasts with the kid, with the child, with the parts of kids, of embryos being sold and
I
stuff
don't know what
like
you're
that.
talking about.
Okay, they had the videos of the parent. It was the parent. What's it called? Parenthood organization. What the hell is that called? The one that's trying to defund the organization. Congress is trying to do it. Those are trying to defund.
Planned Parenthood?
Yeah, Planned Parenthood. They had videos showing Planned Parenthood saying a lot of things. And if you look at it at face value, it looked really bad for them. Am I correct?
Well, yeah, but the Planned Parenthood showed that those were things that were spliced together.
Exactly.
Okay.
So say what I'm saying is we don't know what people do to bring out their
Well,
point. That's all I'm saying.
you want to believe that that's okay.
Well, a lot of people. No, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying I'd like to hear the whole speech, just like with the Planned Parenthood stuff. I want to see the whole video uncut because I can't believe a lot of stuff that's there. And
Well,
some of them, they spliced in dead babies in between to bring their point, and then they admitted, well, that was just a representation of the baby, but it wasn't a baby that we actually had. So it's all I'm saying is I want to hear the whole thing, not a part of it. That's all. I've become a very big skeptic on both sides from all this BS. That's it. That's all I meant to say. But I sort of ran into a mental block. I couldn't think at all.
well, we're getting ready to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
There's
So,
one more topic that I want to talk about real short, and with my mental block. I'm not sure if I'm going to remember it tonight. We spoke about atheists a little bit. We spoke about what else is happening in the news. There was something else that was big in the news. Don't remember anything else, huh?
Well, Donald Trump is going to be on Saturday Night Live tomorrow.
Oh, that was a big thing. They don't want him to go on. A lot of people are protesting that he's going to be on.
Well, I mean,
Wait, I know.
Hillary was on when she was running in
She's a Democrat.
2007, and
Nobody protested.
well, I mean, he has a right to go on.
And a lot of people protested. But did you hear that about that video that was made of these kids singing? No? These kids were by some Hispanic organization telling Donald Trump to go home. But these are young kids saying, F you, Donald Trump.
Well, you see, but that feeds right into his, if they did that.
They did. Oh,
I
heard it. Was that every
you listened to the whole thing? Or you only listened to part of it?
No, most of it.
Then how do you know it's true if you only listened to part of it?
I listened to most of it.
But you didn't listen to the whole thing.
No, the only thing I didn't listen to was the parts that were bleeped out.
Well,
I listened to the whole thing, but I couldn't hear.
Either way, that would be, to me, that's just poor taste.
Yeah, this was paid by an organization. I forget who it was. That's
Marco Rubio for president, I think, right?
Probably, right? No, but this is, go to hell, mother effer, any curse word you could think. And the worst part of it is this thing. Why are they allowing? What kind of teaching is this to teach kids?
Well, yeah, they're little children. They really.
No matter what no matter if they're right or wrong, putting little kids on to curse.
Look,
it's pretty low.
I didn't hear it. I'm not saying. I think it's very poor taste. If that's what happened, it's very poor taste. Not really. I'm not interested. I am agreeing with you. I think it's just poor taste.
But you say if it really happened.
No, I said I'm sure it happened. Believe me. I just think that if you're trying to get your point across, that is not the way to get your point across.
They should arrest them for having the kids being forced. Well, no, because they're probably not being forced to do it. They're probably saying, "Oh, I'm allowed to curse. Yeah, curse all you want. There you go, kiddo. You got a microphone. Here's what we want you to say. Start cursing." And the kids are,
Or at least be smart. Say it in Spanish. He probably doesn't understand Spanish.
Spanish and English.
Although he probably knows enough Spanish, so.
It doesn't matter. They translate into English everything what they say. So.
Well, we, ladies and gentlemen, have to sign off.
I know there's a couple more topics that I want to talk about. We're going to save them for Monday because they're mostly politics.
Gives you the weekend to think about it.
Oh, I have. But they're going to take too long for tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, as usual, I play a song. So we're going to play one song tonight to end the show. So Mark is going to sign off meanwhile.
This is the doc saying, have a good weekend, ladies and gentlemen. We hope to see you on Monday when we broadcast as the Coffee Club from 9 to 11.
And don't forget to listen to our the Saturday night broadcast on
Chad the Challenger.
And now we're going to play a little bit a song called Gratitude Attitude. And after you now we have somebody in the chat room. A little too late.
Well, unless they're typing a question, it doesn't make a difference.
That's true. Well, whoever is in
the person in the chat room, if you have a question, now's the time to type it up.
We're almost at the end of the show. Anyway, so if not, we're just going to go ahead and move on with the show. Anyway, the song is called Gratitude Attitude, ladies and gentlemen. And